Baratza Innovations changed home grinding for espresso and specialty coffee enthusiasts. It was about a decade ago that Baratza introduced the Vario grinder, and to this day, the Vario is still recommended as one of the entry points into higher-end home grinding for espresso and specialty coffee. Hey, espresso and coffee lovers, Marc here from Whole Latte Love. Nearly 10 years later, and the Vario is still a major player in home grinding, and Baratza continues to innovate. Today, an in-depth look at their newest product, the Sette 30 AP. It's the more affordable younger brother of the Sette 270s, which came out in 2016, and it was awarded Best New Product by the Specialty Coffee Association. In this video, a look at who the Sette 30 is for, how it differs from the 270 versions, the innovations in the Sette line, a full specification list, some test results including time dosing weight accuracy, grinding speed, noise levels, and an up-close look at grind size range and more. So the big innovation in Sette grinders, it's that straight-through design. They use a 40mm conical burr. Now what's different in the Sette is the inner burr is stationary while the upper outer burr rotates. That's opposite from just about every other conical burr grinder on the market. That setup allows for the straight-through design with very low grind retention and high-speed grinding. In fact, the Sette grinds at 3.5 to 5.5 grams per second, which is about twice as fast as the Baratza Vario. It's the low grind retention that partially gets my attention. Why? Well, if you're into having the freshest possible grind, low retention grinders are going to save you money by wasting next to none of your delicious and potentially pricey specialty coffee beans. So many classic Italian coffee grinders can retain a lot of ground coffee, and if you want it fresh with those grinders, you have to grind off maybe 3 to 5 grams every day to get there. So how does the Sette 30 differ from the 270? Well, the numbers in the name tell you a lot. The 30 AP has 30 macro grind settings. The 270s have 30 as well, but they add 9 micro adjustments to each setting for a total of 270 settings. Much finer control of grind size on the 270s with those micro adjustments. And that leaves a Sette 30 more suited to serving less demanding brewing on, say, single boiler or entry-level espresso machines, or brew methods like AeroPress or pour over where grind size is a little less critical. While all Sette models come with the identical 40mm steel AP burrs, on the 270s they're carried in a metal assembly, while it's a plastic assembly on the Sette 30. The stock AP burrs, those are what you want for espresso and other finer grinding. For coarser grinding, Baratza offers an optional BG burr. It's their brew grind burr. It costs less than $30 and fits all the Sette models. On the 30, you set one grind time in 100th of a second intervals up to 10 seconds, and then 10th of a second increments for times over 10 seconds. The 270 comes with 3 programmable time presets, and on the W model, it's 3 programmable weight presets controlled by a built-in scale. All models accommodate portafilters or an included grinds bin. On the 30, the plastic support forks are adjusted by pulling them out and reinserting. The 270s, on the other hand, have a nicer metal support fork which adjusts without removal. So here are the full specs of all the Sette models. Same burr set, same grind size range, same grinding speed. So the big difference, yeah, it's those extra micro adjustments, the metal burr carrier, nicer support forks, and programmable time or weight on the 270s. To check time dosing accuracy on the Sette 30 and grinding speed, I dialed in the grinder to produce a 2-ounce shot from 18 grams of coffee in about 25 seconds. For that, I ended up at a grind setting of 7 and a grind time of 4.65 seconds. I ground 5 times using that timing, and here are the results. An average of 17.99 grams were delivered with a maximum dose variation of 0.54 grams. Average grinding speed came out at 3.87 grams per second. Now, I've tested a lot of grinders for dosing accuracy, and that 0.5 grams ranks right up there. It's about as good as some of my favorite low retention prosumer level grinders like the Chiato E37S. With a straight-through design, grind retention is very low, and again, right up there with the best in the business at around half a gram. And it's often less than that depending on factors like bean type and ambient humidity. And I love the grind quality into a portafilter. Nice and fluffy, pretty much clump-free, and even distribution with little to no spill. Here's an up-close look at the grind size range, perhaps slightly finer than what I'd call a medium grind on the coarse setting and very powdery at the fine setting. My dialed-in grind for testing was set at 7. For reference, a setting of 4 on the grinder choked my machine with the OPV set to kick in at about 10 bar. So, with excellent dosing accuracy, near zero grind retention, and those beautiful fluffy grinds, what are you giving up compared to more expensive grinders? Well, it's that ability to make super fine adjustments to grind size. In my case, it was just 3 steps down from my dialed-in grind size of 7 to a setting of 4, which choked my machine. For high-end espresso, 3 steps of adjustment isn't going to do it for many users with prosumer-level machines. Now, there are ways around that. You can always adjust the dose weight to change the extraction. Now, some would consider that a cheat, but it's going to be a valid workaround for others. With that in mind, in my opinion, the Sette 30 is an excellent option for those grinding for single boiler entry-level espresso machines, say like a Gaggia Classic or a Rancilio Silvia. Also perfect for those using machines with pressurized filter baskets who want to transition out of using pre-ground coffee or ESE pods. Also a good option for other brewing methods like pour-over, drip, or immersion brewing. For those, you may want the optional BG that Brew Grind Burr, as the Sette stock AP burr produces a grind that's on the fine side of medium. Now, if noise is a concern, keep in mind the Sette is a bit louder than other grinders. Here it is with some unofficial noise measurements compared to the Baratza Vario. It's a little louder due to its more open design and higher grinding speed. That's the Baratza Sette 30 AP. It's available now at Whole Latte Love. And you can use a link up here to find out more about it. Now, if you have more questions on this grinder or anything coffee, use those comments and I'll be sure to get you the answers. I'm Mark. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll subscribe and come back soon for more of the best on everything coffee, brought to you by Whole Latte Love. Want to learn more? Subscribe now so you'll know about the latest videos on everything coffee from Whole Latte Love.